G'day fellow miners, and welcome to another episode in my all new Digging Minecraft series. This is episode 47. My name is Armitage, and today we are going to do a little bit of 1.5y stuff. 1.5y stuff up our world. Eventually need to fix the chicken cooker, but today I think what we're going to do is we are going to go to the farming area and we're going to do some stuff with hoppers and droppers. You will notice that I am back to using Pure BD Craft, the texture pack from Pure BD Craft. I've figured out, I've sort of figured out something that I was having an issue with. I'd installed the 1.5 update for this, and I was having heaps of troubles with frame rate, and it turned out that it was actually something to do with item frames. And I thought it was liquids at first, because you can see the liquids have got like a funky animation on them, and you can see the water, it's got like a really cool animation on it too now. But it wasn't to do with liquids, it was actually to do with item frames, and I'm not sure what the deal is, but item frames really killed my frame rate, like brought it down to like 20, which is well below what I'm normally used to. And that was before recording. Like, it was impossible to record. I was getting about 2 frames a second. But what I have done is I tried a couple of the different lower resolutions, and I've settled on the 64 by 64. It's pretty hard to tell the difference between it and the 128, but you can kind of see it in things like these diagonal lines. It's a little bit, a little bit pixelated, but it's still pretty good. The 32-bit by 32 didn't look great, but the 64 by 64 still looks pretty good. Still pretty happy with it. So that's that sorted. Back to Sphax, my favourite texture pack of all time. Quite frankly, I think it is the best texture pack around. I don't think there's any texture pack quite as pretty, and he's actually added some new stuff which is really cool, which I'll maybe get to later. But for now, we need to eat. Got to remember to eat, because oh, look at this guy. He's coming for me too. Oh, he knew me before I even I need to sort this out, because this is just deadly back here. So what are we going to do today? Today we are going to we're going to come in here for a start, and we are going to go back out here, and we're going to go and grab a bucket, and we're going to go and pick up that water. And what I plan to do today is I want to replace all of the farms with hoppers at the end, and then droppers to put the items into chests. I was playing around with a couple of different things, and I'm probably looking at the setup that I've got there. Where are my buckets? I gotta remember where my buckets are. I'm too used to looking in an ME interface. And oops, pulling out exactly what I want. Where have I put my buckets? And the other thing is that I really haven't played single player for quite some time, so I'm a bit guilty of that. So we'll go and grab this water out, and then we'll have a look at my plan. I've got some redstone, Some cobble for building. Yep, cool. So yeah, I'll have a bit of a quick layout of what I'm going to do. Okay, so yeah, look at that. The water looks unreal. I love it. Skeleton up there catching on fire and getting put out by the rain. So what I'm planning on doing is removing this ice, and we want the silk touch, and then I want to have I don't have an axe, do I? I want to have a chest here, so I'm going to need to remove this log as well and replace that with something else. And I'm going to need to move these chests, so I might actually take this chest and hope it doesn't fall into the... Yes. So I want to have a chest here, which I won't put in yet, and then I'm going to use a chain of hoppers, which will go to... Doesn't really matter, we can't use other tools to do this stuff, which are going to go to a couple of droppers to feed the stuff up. So what I need to do is I need to take out all of this gear here, because I don't need any of this stuff anymore. That goes up to our button, I think, from memory. Yes. So we won't actually need the button anymore, so I can actually take out some of this stuff and take out all of this. Don't need that. Okay, so what we need to do, the first thing we need to do, I'll get rid of this piston actually. First thing we need to do is we need to put our droppers in, and the droppers, what they have to do is they have to face upwards like this, and then our chest goes right on top of that, dropper like that. So what will happen is this dropper will feed items up into our chest, and then all the way along here, and I could probably do this with just just one dropper and hoppers all the way back here, but I'll use the two because it'll give you an idea of what I plan to do in other spots as well. This is going to be interesting. How are we going to do this? Nope. Oh crap! It went into the... it's gone into the hoppers. So it should be in... I need to make an axe and enchant an axe. Right, so let's see how we're going to do. I guess we should be able to do that. There we go. Right, so each of these hoppers, when something drops into them, in case of carrots, it gets fed all the way along via all these hoppers, all the way to the end here to this dropper here, and then this dropper, once triggered, will feed its items into this dropper, which will feed its items into the chest. And the way we accomplish that is with a very simple clock, which we can put here, which requires us to have, it's just the the good old... I'm going to need more. I'm going to need more repeaters. Okay, so we are back, and I have a couple of repeaters here, and I need to make some more redstone torches. So let's make them. Now, I had to head into the Nether and find myself a spot in the Nether where there was new generation or new chunk generation to get myself some nether quartz to make the redstone comparators, and the comparators I'm going to use to cut off the clock, basically. Nope, that's not right. Well, let's make the clock first. So we'll get rid of these hoppers for now. And the clock is simply just one of these. No, that's not right. Oop. Hang on, bear with me. Actually, I'll change these to... Actually, this is weird. We're talking about this today on Hypermine, and if Wooly sees this, he'll know what I'm talking about. So there's our clock, basically. Speed it up a bit. And what we need that to do is we need that to trigger our droppers. Well, actually what this will do is it'll trigger both droppers. And now you can hear they're empty. And when they're empty, they tick incessantly like that. So what we need to do is we need to use a comparator, which I think that's what I need to do, make it output. I think that is outputting when this is empty. So if I, for example, put cobblestone in there, you see it's pushing the cobblestone up. I'm trying to think, and then I need to put a torch here, so that torch should be unlit. Yep. And then I need to put a repeater here, so that when this empties, this comparator comes on because there's nothing in the inventory, and powers this block here. Wait a second, no. This turns off. So this torch turns on, which powers this block, which in turn stops the signal. Actually, that's going to kill our clock, isn't it? Oh no, clock restarted. Okay, so yeah, so that worked, I think. Let's just try that again. This is on, the clock is not running, and we put something in here, and then the clock turns on, and the comparators pass, the droppers pass the blocks up until they're all passed up into the chest. And as soon as that empties, the comparator says it's empty, it turns off, it doesn't output any redstone signal, which turns this torch on, which powers this repeater, which powers this block, which pauses the clock. So the clock will only run when there's stuff in, and we get one little click to say that kind of announces that it's done. So if we just test this now by turning our water on, see our clock has come on. It's passing carrots up. It's filling up with carrots. The carrots are all washed away. Oh, except for there, because I need to put a block. So we need this here. How am I going to do this? Oh, that'll do for now. Alright, now we turn our water off. I need to change that log position. So this will keep pulsing until all the carrots are emptied out of that bottom dropper and put into the chest. So that's sort of a bit of an automated belt feed, or I guess as close as you can get to piping as is possible with Feed the Beast. With Feed the Beast. With vanilla Minecraft. Ooh, there's a carrot in there. Anyway, I'll actually... do I have any? I don't have any dirt. No, we'll just put a block in there for now. And there we go. It announces that it's done. It even announces it's done with a little click. So that is what I plan on doing with both this farm and the wheat farm. I might do the wheat farm another time. We might actually have a look at the chicken cooker, because that is a relatively easy fix, and I just need I might transfer all these carrots over. Ah, room for all bar one. We'll just chuck them in here, eh? There we go. So I might have a look at the chicken cooker. I'm going to need to make a few more. I'm going to need to make a couple more repeaters. There we go. Little clock is ticking away, so we can cover this and this with our bits o' dirt. Need to replace some logs. Can put a half slab. Actually, we'll block up down here too. Okay, we're just going to finish filling this area up with blocks. We don't need any of this exposed. We can put a half slab here, and then we will put loggy logs. One there, and one there. And then I need to, actually maybe I'll just put this spruce half slab. So it's still filling up with carrots. Actually need to replant some carrots, so we'll do that while we wait. And we should hear it go tick satisfyingly. So yeah, the next thing I want to look at fixing is the chicken cooker, and I actually came up with a solution a while back for that. Well, a while back in relation to this video. It was a little bit after the 1.5 video I did. Well, my last episode, basically. And what I need to do is get, I think it's three repeaters. I basically need a button length delay, or a little bit longer than a button length delay. Anyway, so I'd figured out what I needed to do. This here is the delay for the pusher piston, and I need to give this like a double trigger. So there's a fairly sort of complex bit of circuitry back here from memory. So there's, yeah, this is a monostable circuit, or is it an inverter? Actually, that might be how I send the signal up to close the gate, perhaps. It's been so long since I put this in, I don't remember what this does. Where is that getting power from, even? Ah, I've just released all the chickens. Dang. Yeah, because that's used to close. That's used to close the gate. But what is this for? I don't get why this torch is here. Ah, I'm so confused. Anyway, hang on. I'm gonna have a bit of a play around, and then I'll come back, because I've really forgotten what this wiring does. Okay, so I figured out what this is. This is an RS NOR latch, which is when I push the Jesus, when I push the this button here, it opens up the gateway up the top, which has already happened because I broke the redstone back there. It opens up this gateway up the top to let the chickens out, and then once all the chickens are down, that gateway stays open, and I hit this button, it changes the state of the RS NOR latch and closes that gate up there, and that way when I put the new chickens in through the dispensers up the top, they don't fall down, obviously. So what I need to do is I need to give this dispenser, is what it's called, a second pulse, and it's so tight in here, I don't know how I'm going to do that. Really don't. Without causing some kind of a feedback loop. And I need 3 repeaters worth of delay, full, 2 full and then 1 on 4 dots, and I don't know how I'm going to manage that, because this needs to get its signal straight away to close the gate, and it only needs 1 signal. Well, it wouldn't really matter if it ended up with 2. So it needs 1 pulse and then a second pulse, and I need to not have it do an infinite loop. So I've just got to try and figure this out. Can't put that there because it steers it away from the... What if I have this here? No, again, if I have redstone across there, that'll light up an infinite loop again. Oops. Yeah, this is... I'm going to need to think about this for a bit, so bear with me, because I don't want to sort of stand here chewing my lip while you guys watch. I'll try and figure this out, and when I get back, I'll get back. Alright. Alright, so I got there in the end. I just had to move this back up again and power this dispenser from behind here on the second pulse. I know you guys were probably looking at it going, oh, it's really easy, it's really easy. Just do this, it's so easy. But yeah, I got there in the end. That's the main thing. So we're going to cover all this wiring again. I don't believe we need that uncovered or that uncovered. We can fill all of these holes all back to here, and then right here we have 2 bricks, and there we go. And now you push this button and the lava comes out and goes back in again, and then our little timer thingy starts. I just hope that isn't too quick. It shouldn't be. What we need to do is empty our inventory and set up some chickens, but I guess it's going to be a while before I can actually test this. So I'll test it another time. Do I have my graphics on fast? Oh no, fancy. Weird. They look like a really different green. Anyway, so yeah, I need to empty my inventory of all this junk and then take a bunch of eggs upstairs and fill the chicken farm again, and hopefully we'll be back to eating cooked chicken, even though I've got like quite a lot of cooked chicken from when the chickens escaped. But I'm glad I fixed this. I'm glad I've moved up with the times, as it were, and embracing 1.5 and its many suffocations. But yeah, that's it for today, folks. More 1.5-ish stuff to come. I want to do the sheep farm with those hopper conveyors and have them all the way along here. Oh, you dirty Enderman! Dropping grass blocks in my... Oh, where is he? And another one. You, my friend. Where'd he go? Anyway, that's all I've got time for today. Thank you for watching, guys, and keep on digging.